Hi, I'm Miss Vuong, and today we're going to look at expanding multiple brackets. If you haven't seen expanding perfect squares and difference of two squares, please click on the little eye in the corner and it'll take you to that video. Let's have a look at these two examples. So let's expand these. So x times x is x squared, x times 1 is x, 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 1 is 2. We continue without losing any numbers very carefully. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x. Be very careful with negative. Minus 3 times minus 5 is plus 15. Be very careful that this minus that belongs to the 3 doesn't get lost. Now we simplify. I like to underline or circle things so that I don't get confused between x squared and just x. So we have x squared, I'm going to box that. And then we're going to look for all the ones that include x and make sure we don't lose the negative if there are any. So we have 1x plus 2x is 3x, minus 3x is no x's. That makes it easier. Now we have the numbers, so the 2 and the 15 becomes 17. So see that when you circle or when you square or box or whatever you want to do, it makes your calculation a lot easier. Your eye is focused on those numbers and it's less likely that you'll make a silly mistake. Let's do this. So again, we have a times a is a squared, minus a, 2a, and minus 2. This one's a little bit confusing because of that negative over there. So what I'm going to do is write minus and keep everything in brackets. So 3 times a is 3a, 3 times minus 5 is minus 15, minus a times a is minus a squared, and minus a times minus 5 is plus 5a. So we have a squared, well, minus a plus 2a is just a, and minus 2, and now expand the negative. We have minus 3a, minus minus is plus 15, minus minus is plus a squared, minus plus is minus 5a. Oh, so many. Let's simplify this. So the a squares, there's 2 of them, so 2a squared. Look for the a's. We have 1 minus 3 is minus 2, minus 5 is minus 7a. And what do we have left over? 15 and minus 2. So 15 minus 2 is plus 13. So I hope you got that tip where you circle and square, and look how easy it is to calculate it and avoid silly mistakes. 2 more. Pause the video here and give it a go yourself, and then unpause to see if we have the same solutions. Here we notice that we have a perfect square, so we have to make sure we remember those formulas. It'll make life a lot easier. Let's expand. So we have x squared, then 3x minus 5 times x is minus 5x, minus 5 times 3 is minus 15. Now perfect squares. So we take the first term squared, so x squared. Then we go 2 times x times minus 5 is minus 10x. Because that's a minus, that's going to be minus. And the last term is always positive, so 5 squared is 25. Now the fun part, let's circle and cancel things out. So x squared and x squared is 2x squared. 3x minus 5x is minus 2x. Minus 10x is minus 12x. Now what do we have left over? 25 and minus 15. I always like to take the bigger number minus the smaller number. So it's less calculations in my head, less mistakes. So 25 minus 50 is just 10. So for this question, we notice that there are difference of two squares and perfect squares. So for this side, we have 11 squared minus a squared, which is 121 minus a squared. And for that side, we have the first term squared, which is 5a squared. 5a squared is 25a squared. Now 2 times that and that, so 2 times 5 is 10, times minus 3 is minus 30. Don't forget the a. So minus 30a, and then the last term is that squared, which is 9. Simplify. So we have 25 minus 1 is 24a squared. Then we have the minus 30a, and 121 plus 9 is 130. These questions might be very hard if you've forgotten difference of two squares and perfect square. So revise that very carefully. If you do know these two very well, these questions can also be tricky because there's room for silly mistakes with negatives or not crossing out or cancelling out the right terms. So you might want to try these again and make sure you have the same answers. If you've tried this before the video and you've gotten everything correct, well done. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!